bit, I'd like to welcome to you or introduce you to one of our amazing founders. He actually started in Onpassive a couple of months after I did, but you know what? This man has taught me so much. He doesn't even realize it. He probably does, but I want to welcome Mr. Modi DeGarmo, and I'm going to let him tell you all about himself. Thank you so much, Marty, for being here.
Great job, Pam. Hello, everybody. Today, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 61 years old. I've been online for 17 years. I worked in the industry of affiliate marketing or MLM or whatever for 30 years, 35 years, since I was, 25. And I went on for the same reason as everybody else, especially when I got online. I got on because I wanted to find a way to make extra income because I never made enough. My family grew much faster than my income did, and there was never seemed to be enough money. And I saw online, I understood leveraging, I understood compounding pretty well, and I wanted to take advantage of that. So I got online back in 2004 and started looking around and said, okay, there's a lot of businesses there, so the availability is there. I just got to pick one that I feel is good. So I did what we call due diligence, but what do we really need to know to look at? We're really not sure when you first come online. And there's not a roadmap. So I got on, I can't tell you the first business I was in. And I want to tell you the truth. I have never been in a business online. I was in opportunities. I didn't get into a real business until this one tonight, which it will be explained to you and you'll see why the difference. But either way, I got in, I did whatever the business was at the time, tried to learn what I could, felt like I was being left behind. I looked, people, they'd have a big get together, you'd go to it, and there'd be 2 or 3 people walking across stage, did very well. I said, man, they got something I don't have, and I'm not sure what that is. They told me, they said, well, not me, they told me and thousands of other people, you don't have the right mindset, you don't have a big enough why. Okay, mindset, I looked it up, big enough why. Yeah, I'm starving to death, that's a pretty good size why. And mindset is, I want to make money. Since in brain surgery, I want to make money. So that went on for years because I kept thinking, whatever business I was in, it was either the business or this wasn't right or that wasn't right, and someday I'll hit the right one. About 8, 9 years into it, I realized nobody can hand you or duplicate what they do. So you have to learn how to drive traffic. Traffic meaning learn how to get people, consumers to whatever it is you're promoting, whether it's a book, shampoo, potion, didn't matter. And I took a long time because I'm an old dog trying to learn a new trick. And I learned some things and I got, wow, this works. It took a long time, but I found that I could get people to join. And then I teamed up with Mike Ellis and Dan Street. They're not here tonight. And between the 3 of us, we all had different skills. We could drive traffic. We could advertise and actually bring in new people every day. Well, here's the problem. You know who I ran into? I ran into me 10 years earlier, who doesn't have the skills. He doesn't know how to drive traffic. He doesn't have a clue. Now, what do? I start throwing in his face, you don't have the right mindset. You don't have a big enough why. So I turned into big butthead that the guy was that told me. I didn't like the way it felt. I knew something was wrong. This isn't what I signed up for. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll give him what I do. I'll show him what I'm doing. But when you're doing that, you can't duplicate what you're doing, especially in advertising. Advertising is a moving ball, and I did it on Facebook, which is really, the rules change every day and you don't know what the rule is. You're either winning or you're losing and they don't tell you why. It's a nightmare. Okay. So I tried to do that and I couldn't do it. Wound up getting other people kicked off Facebook. I got kicked off, lost an account. It was a nightmare. So now I'm on the other end of the spectrum and I'm going, wait a minute. I wanted to do this for the last 10 years. I learned how to build a team, and I'm not as happy as I was 5 years ago when I was just losing money. Why? Because I felt like I was using people. Hey, come in, listen to me, follow me, and I'll help you make money online. Bald-faced lie. Flat out lie, no matter how you sugarcoat it, what I really meant. I really meant for that to happen. But you dig down a couple of layers of that onion and it's a lie. I got tired of it. I couldn't do it. About 2.5 years ago, the thing finally bopped me in the head and said, guess what? You're probably not going to stay online. You can't get what you're looking for. It doesn't exist where everybody gets an even playing field and everybody has the same chance. Thank the Lord for the nighttime. Okay. I was looking online. I ran into Red Redford, Peter Rogers, which I knew from another business. I trusted them. I was looking for trust. Trust is a big deal online. Kevin Rutledge can tell you about this. It's not about, can I find a guru? Gurus can't help you by themselves, but you can work with trust. So I trusted Red. I said, what are you guys doing? Now the bar is low, right? I'm just looking for a decent shot. I want the same pitch to everybody, and I want everybody to be able to make a home run. No more, no less. I said, can everybody make money? Yes. Do they need any special skills? No. Do we have to play the why game and not stupid crap? No. Is there an auto ship? Because you know what auto ship does? While you're losing money, you start paying to lose money. Believe it or not, you have to pay and still don't have a clue what you're doing. So nobody can keep up that pace. When you're trying to make money, you're actually losing money and buying things in some cases that you don't even like. So he goes, no special skills, no auto ship. Okay, are the products that they're going to be selling in high demand by the billions and billions of dollar industry? Yeah. Okay, what is it? Digital products made me even happier. I'm not filling my closet. You can't grab digital and throw it anywhere. It's in the internet. So I said, oh, that's fantastic. Everyone is guaranteed to be successful. Okay. I'm like, okay, well, how do I sign? How much is it? Now, and I'm shaking because I'm thinking, oh, this is where I'm going to get slammed. $97. So I cleaned out my headset and I go, okay, let me ask you again. How much? 97. You've got to be freaking kidding me. So I signed up. I went back to Mike and Dan. Hey, Mike, Dan, 97. Okay, just so I'd shut up. We all signed up. We found out more. And to make a long story short, it's the best decision I've ever made. I don't care who you are, fat, tall, goofy looking, short, maybe disability of some kind, living in the shadows, treated poorly, you live in a poor country. This company and this business, first time I don't have to call it an opportunity, this business will set you free. Flat out. No more, no less. What you've been looking for. Now, I would explain the business to you, but you do not have 7.5 hours. So, a lady here, Robin Noble, who I've met in the last year, probably one of the sharpest women I've ever met in my life. She has experiences around the world working with different cultures from what she did for a living. She actually fascinated me when she talked because I was the type of person in the business before I got online was looking for people that were different than others. And when I mean different, leader type material, people love to hear what they have to say, and they believe in themselves. I just think that too many people live in a 20-mile radius. If they're lucky, they live 80 years, and they die and they never lived. This woman lived, she got experience, she knows the business, she can actually explain it to you coherently, less than 7.5 hours. When she's done, you will be blown away. And I want to say one thing, and this goes for everybody on the panel. Everybody on this panel are mind-blowing individuals. If you want a copy of this webinar after it's over, because it's a lot to soak in, I will send it to you so you can look at it at your free time and make your own decisions. One thing I'm going to guarantee to everybody here, I'm already about 10 minutes over what I should be saying, is you will not be forced into this. We are not looking just for numbers. We want to share something that's life-changing. It makes no difference to me if you get in or you don't, other than I believe this can change your life. Let me turn it over to Miss Robin Noble. Robin, let him have it.
Well, Marty, thank you so much. That presentation is fantastic. And I wish I could say in the short amount of time that you told your friends and colleagues about this. It is so easy to get carried away and talk about Onpassive for 7.5 hours because there is so much information to give and to talk and to share about. I promise I will not be that long. But this is something that, as Marty said, we can call this an actual business, not be afraid to do so. And many people don't want their time wasted with presentations and what ifs and, well, we need you in, and a begging and a pleading attitude. We're strong enough that we don't need to be that way. But more than that, we've all experienced the different types of businesses out there in a search for finding something that we could manage, that we could help our families with, and we could find our own financial securities, again, to expand, to help our family, our communities, and if so wished, the world. So I'm not going to waste your time, as I say. We're not going to go into the you must join and the reasons why you must join. You don't have to join, straight up. You don't have to join. I thank you, as all the fellow founders who are on this call and this presentation with us, for the guests who are with us. Your time is incredibly valuable. We respect you for that. We know that you are business people. We know that you know and like the businesses that you are in. I'm not here to convince you to change. I don't want to say anything or have you feel that you are being challenged in any way, shape, or form. I'd like to give you some information, though, about what goes on out there, what I've learned in general, as well as how things pertain to this company, and the fact that you don't even have to know anything about the products and the portfolios that we have in order to have this as a very successful business. So let's start with some information in general about how things happen and operate. We talk about a company being global, and global to some companies is that it might be in 5 or 6 countries. Well, there are actually, as of May 2021, 249 countries in the world. That's considered a global opportunity or a global business. This particular company that you're hearing about this evening is actually registered and legal in 212 countries. To put things into perspective, in my career as a cruise ship tour director, which spanned for nearly 20 years, I actually visited over 200 countries. I put that in not for everybody to go, oh my goodness, look what she's done, but to put into context that there are that amount of countries out there. And many of us haven't traveled outside our own country, and that's perfectly all right. Many of us have listened to our global countries and companies, that we have joined, and believe that that is what is considered global. This company is in and legal to operate in over 212 countries. Do you realize that there are over 100 MLM companies listed? That there are over 500 direct sales companies? Have you been able to get in as a founder? Are you in that top 1% without having to do anything other than just join, be there, supportive, appreciate and learn what that company is all about? Do you realize that there are 21 million Bitcoin and that's it? At the moment, I believe there's around 14 million Bitcoin that have currently been mined, and that's adding to the increase in the pricing of where it's going. But once we hit the 21 million Bitcoin, there will be no more space for anybody to purchase Bitcoin in that way unless people sell their Bitcoin. And the only way to make money with the Bitcoin is to sell what you've got. So that's not a residual income either. The other two, the direct sales and the MLM, if you don't maintain a monthly auto-ship or some other form of investment where you actually have product, purchase product, whether you use it or not, whether it sits in the garage or in your storage cupboard, if you don't maintain that, you won't be able to move forward. But are you founders in any of those companies? When we talk about successful companies in today's world, when we're quite quick when we say, oh, we know the following names: Apple, Microsoft, Intel, Walt Disney, Facebook. And these are multi-billion dollars companies. But do you know how long it took them to reach that status? Do you know how long it took them for them to be considered the top of and the cream of their particular sections in their industries? Facebook took 6 years to make its first $1 billion. Apple, a household name now that is constantly bringing out new and updated versions of itself, Apple took 15 years. Microsoft, I apologize, Apple took 14 years. Microsoft took 15 years. Walt Disney, a huge name for so many of us on this call as we grew up with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Walt Disney took 69 years to make its first $1 billion. And IBM, the big computers, the big softwares and other computer digital solid pieces that have been used around the world for various offices and business appliances and applications, it took them 79 years. They're not overnight successes, but by golly, they are some of the biggest names. And we can add more to this as well. Netflix, another one, 10 years. Google, 5 years. Dropbox, 20 years. All of these names, all of these companies are huge in their own right. But are we founders in them? I'm not. I tried my hand at working online in an industry where 97% is the normal failure rate. And if you're lucky, you're part of the 3%. And if you're luckier yet, you are part of the 1% that might receive such huge amounts to be able to walk across a stage, or to be able to fly privately, or to be able to receive cars paid for by the companies. That doesn't happen very often. Most people who join these other types of opportunities fall into the 97% who do not succeed. And whether or not you are continuing with your monthlies and you are finding yourself now falling into arrears, you don't want to give it up because you believed in it in some way, shape, or form. You liked the products, you've used them yourself, and you really, really thought it would help other people, your family, and your pocketbook. It's sad when the realization comes to us that that is not what's happening. Right now, we have got 886,000 founders in more than 200 countries around the world. That is a wonderful, staggering number to say that those are founders in a company, in a global company around the world that is going to do all the work for you. It's 100% automated. It's 100% hands-free. You can go to sleep and it will make business for you. It will bring in people. You will earn commissions on the sales that those people bring in. It's currently in pre-launch. And the best part is that we have just under 113,000 positions left for somebody to join. Now, some of you are probably laughing at that number, saying, oh my gosh, what does that mean in this world? We'll never run out of spots. Everything will be fine. If just a quarter of that over 886,000 number of founders right now were to purchase one more spot, because, oh, by the way, in this company, you can have unlimited number of positions as a founder, where each position is earning money being created for them by this company without them having to do anything if they don't want to, we would already be at 1 million and more, which as soon as we launch, in the global launch, becomes 1 million customers. That's never happened. That's never happened before in the history of any of these types of businesses. So to be part of something like this is definitely history in the making. It's definitely exciting when you think that this can all be done for you. And guess what? You don't have to know anything about computers. You don't have to know anything about the terminology or how to recruit or how to drive traffic or how to do that. Because for this particular business and this position as a founder, it is all done for you. Some of you on the call and on this presentation tonight are part of some of these other businesses and industries. And that's wonderful because you believe in the products that are there. Well, guess what? Even this company has thought of us and is including you and those of us who believe in certain products and certain companies. They've made a special spot for us in this company as well. 2 platforms have just been announced. One of them is Omart and one of them is OCommerce. In Omart, you were able to take a link to your favorite product and you're able to put that into a section for selling. To first and foremost, the first million customers that are your customer base in this company. And then when we launch, you will be getting the world number of customers that will be joining and looking at our products and our company. OCommerce is where you're actually able to put in your whole business link and you're able to have it promoted, whether it is a brick and mortar, whether it's an online business, and you're able to add traffic, additional traffic to what is otherwise received within the package as you join as a founder. And you're able to have everything automated for you. Remember, in a global a global company that's going to help you. So if your version of global is only 5 or 10 countries, those are the 5 or 10 boxes that you would click off behind the scenes in this company that is global in over 212 countries. And as your company increases its global access, so you are able to add extra check marks. But this company tonight is already a global company in over 212 countries, and there are 249 countries currently listed in the world. And being a founder, remember I said with Bitcoin, 21 million is the magic number, where after that, you will not be able to buy any more Bitcoin. So there are still 7 million Bitcoin available to be mined out there. But once those are gone, those are gone. Parallel to that, that's 7 million with Bitcoin. And people say, oh, we've got lots of time to do that. But did you join when Bitcoin was at pennies? The company that we're talking about this evening is over 886,000 founders around the world, which means that there are less than 114,000 positions available for a one-time founder's fee of US dollars 102, which is at the $97 plus the $5 credit card fee. So it's $97 US plus the $5 admin fee. That's a total of $102 US to purchase one founder's position. It's approximately $130 Canadian. But then what? You take the next step, still equating this with Bitcoin. If you want to make money from your Bitcoin that you've purchased, you have to sell that Bitcoin in order to get money. With the company this evening, you're purchasing a founder's position that is creating residual income for you day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. You don't have to sell your position to make that money. The company is bringing in customers through its corporate marketing campaigns that are going around the world globally, remember, to reach out to 4.66 billion online users to promote the products and platforms that we have. And these products, these platforms are proprietary. They've been built by our technicians, by the engineers within this company. and they are owned by this company. We're not coming out as a global launch to put anybody else out of business, but to give people choices. And our company has got products and platforms that are going to be more secure, faster, acceptable with a wider bandwidth, meaning that we can transfer more data and data at a faster speed securely around the world, globally. Can you imagine having a call with 1 million people on, being able to hear them clearly and nobody has dropped off? To me, that's huge. To me, that's very exciting. Some of the other products and platforms that we have, of which there will be 51 or more coming out within the first year of launch, and accessible to all founders, not at additional costs as each one comes out. This is all part of the picnic basket that you receive by joining as a founder. And you get to pick and choose what you want to take out and look at or use for your business. If you have an extra business, whether it's a brick and mortar, maybe it's a restaurant, a store, maybe it's a business firm, lawyers, dentists, doctors, we have them as founders in this company. Or if it's an online business, you might be an entertainer, a singer, you might want to have classes, you're a teacher. There are platforms for all of these different industries that will be able to be used within our company's business. All under one price, all as you start as a founder for $97 US. So some of the other products that we have are Virtual, which is a securely used private network, and that's going to be used around and across the world. We have Create, artificial intelligence to create and create your own designs. Capture is going to be something that is very exciting because this will be used on various applications, in demonstrations, in tutorials, in screenshots, in videos. Because of course, we all know that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And how wonderful is that? If you were giving a tutorial or a class online on our system and platform, and you're able to screenshot, and somebody of your clients and students are able to take these shots and send that across right away to somebody that this would help. You do all of that on one screen. You don't have to close the screen, open another one. Oops, we've dropped it, it's lost. Our platforms and our company is able to hold all of this with a lot of people using it. And it's all being done at the same time. We talk about hope, we talk about trust, we talk about the will and the desire to want to do things for ourselves and our families. What's the number one thing that most people do out there every week? They buy a lottery ticket. Do you know that in some places you have a 1 in 14 million chance of actually winning? The corporations that sell those lottery tickets know that. And basically, so do most of us. People buy tickets really not believing that they're going to win. But if you don't have a ticket, there's no chance of winning. And if you look at the global numbers for people who are actually buying lottery tickets, that's about 1 in 340 million people. Now, of course, there are some winners who come out of all of this. But then the next question is, how long do they keep that money before it goes out? How long before they've spent it all? If you're looking at something to give you hope, if you're looking at something to put your trust into, put it in a company where the CEO has had a background in online and network marketing businesses for over 20 years. He has created platforms for other companies to help generate traffic, targeted traffic, clean traffic, and that means that it's specific to the industry, and that means that these links and traffic of people who are looking for products like yours have never been used before. That's the man that we have at the top of this company. Our CEO is a man by the name of Ash Mufareh. He is integrity personified. He has a heart larger than the world and the universe. His whole hope and being and design right now is to help people who are less fortunate better their own lives, help so that they can help their families, so they can help their communities, and ultimately help causes and foundations around the world to improve the lives of others. That's his wish, that's his mission. He would be happy if he could create 1 million Mother Teresas all around the world. And quite frankly, with over 886,000 founders right now, before we even launch, that vision is quite possible. Now, we talk about residual income. When you win a lottery ticket, you have that money that's a one-time win. When you have your Bitcoin, you need to sell it in order to earn money. These are all different products that I'm mentioning here: the O Capture, the O Create, the O Tracker, O Lead, which is going to store your contact information. Then you've got Accounting, which is an accounting, taxation, global housekeeping, fully secure. It's massive, it's artificially infused, and it will be used by others as well as yourself. O Staff is already being used by our company and looking after all the human resource personnel and files. And it's the first platform that any company is using. And we have that already in use successfully for the past 2 months. These are just some of the products that we're bringing out. And the heartbeat of this company is called O Bless. And that is where people who have got philanthropic ideas or who have got foundations or who want to help people around the world will be able to set up a page within this beautiful platform to put it out to founders, customers, businesses to help raise money. And every single penny, 100% of the money that is donated to O Bless to a particular cause or foundation or need will go exactly to that location. Unlike some of the companies that we currently know and work with when we want to help others, there's crowdfund me, or if you want to raise money for a venture that you're thinking about. There are different ventures out there. There are different companies out there that say, please send money, we need help. Do you realize that some of them keep between 15 and 30% of the donations that are sent to them? And they keep them for administration purposes? I'm not saying that everybody should run on empty in terms of a business. Of course, businesses are out there, they need to survive. But 15 to 30% of a money that you donate to a cause that you believe in does not reach that cause through what is currently out there. Through O Bless, with the company that we are in and that we're talking about this evening, 100% of every dollar that you donate to a cause or a reason to help other people is going to reach that destination. So let's turn this around and make this work for people who want to be part of something bigger than what they're doing currently, for somebody who wants to help others. We don't tell you about this because we are in it for ourselves to be able to improve, just for the sake of improving our own financial balances. The people who have been in this company since 2018 have done it with heart and soul now, and they are still in it. And we are telling people like yourselves tonight, because we think that you are somebody who would like to be part of something bigger than what you're doing and help return and help create and help tell somebody else that you know who might benefit by having a company that is built for them, hands-free, 100% automated. All the work is done for them so that they in turn can benefit, help their family, help the community, and help the world. Now, the biggest part that I haven't said about this tonight, and that is starting to make big news around the world, if you are listening, if you're involved in business, marketing, TV, you can't miss what is being said, and that's artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is what every product and platform from this company is infused with. And that is the driving force that speeds everything up so that the rotators are going to be able to bring out the bingo balls to help create the businesses for these, so far, 886,000 plus founders. They're going to have upwards of 60 of these different targeted platforms and rotators that are going to be activated, and they're going to be working with all of our links as founders. And that's what's going to be driving the business to it. We're going to have more than that working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of every year, and the extra day in leap year. So we will constantly have a business working for us, creating a business. When we get to the launch, the global launch, the door will close and there will be no more founders position. That will be like reaching the 21 million mark in the Bitcoin. No more positions for founders after we launch globally. And there are going to be a lot of disappointed people when they see that happen, because as the advertising of our company starts to blast through the various media, online and social media actions and areas, people are going to see this name more and more, and they're going to say, oh, I think somebody told me about that. Why didn't I get in? How many of you have said that about Microsoft or Netflix or Apple or some other companies that you were not a founder in, and you went back afterwards going, if only I'd thought ahead, and if only I'd had a vision to understand what this is all about. Our CEO has the vision of bringing and fusing together artificial intelligence with the technologies right now that are out there. And he has created this incredible company that is worth right now and estimated at $5.5 billion. And how do we achieve that? By looking at the different sections that we touch in this industry, in our company, and what they are related to in the pricing that is out there already in the established businesses and areas and industries. And this is just with some of the products that we have. Each of the products and platforms are literally standalone companies if they were to be out there on their own. And people out there are already spending money on the likes of Zoom. Do you know that it costs approximately $8,000 a month to have a Zoom line for 20,000 people? And by the way, people get dropped off that line quite frequently. And your free line with Zoom is 45 minutes and can hold a maximum, I believe, of 100 people, if you're lucky. And again, they get dropped. So now with this company called Onpassive, you are going to be receiving a whole treasure chest full of product that you can use for your businesses that you may have currently, bricks and mortar, online, dreams that you've had that you'll be able to create and manifest through these tools and what we have with Onpassive. For the founder's fee position, price of $97 US plus $5 for the credit card fee. And when we come to global launching, we will have one-time activation fee of $250 US approximately for more than 50 products by the end of the first year that will be launched that you will have access to without any additional cost for those products coming to you. There is one product that will most likely have an additional cost because this is also a standalone that many, many people will want to have, whether they are part of Onpassive or whether they are totally independent or whether they come to us as a customer. This can almost be our number one product that's going to hit the sales market, and that's traffic. And that is something that we may want to invest in for ourselves, and other people will want to know about because it's going to be clean, it's going to be real, it's going to be industry specific to whatever they want and what they have. It's not going to be somebody coming to look for a snow shovel if they're going for a picnic. Or they're not going to have sunscreen in the middle of a scuba diving shop. Well, some people might because they would be on the boat going out to the scuba diving spot, but you get what the gist. Somebody who wants something specific, a snowmobile is not going to be looking for snowmobiles in the desert. You're going to get a snowmobiler looking for your snowmobiling machinery, support, mechanics, and accessories. This is what they call targeted direct traffic, and it's clean. The people who will be putting in their information to get these leads to be sent to the right area are going to be people who have not been pestered list after list after list and had their names sold and resold over and over again. So this is just some of the excitement that we are feeling as founders right now. And as a guest on this, I hope you're understanding the vastness of what this is all about. We have a US office for our executive teams and for the CEO. We have a technician and service and product development center out in Hyderabad. We will be having corporate offices in different countries around the world, including Canada, in the next few months to a year. This is a real company, people. The US government knows that our CEO is the CEO of Onpassive, and he knows exactly what he is doing, and the government in the US and around the world know that this is exactly what this company is all about. So, for those of you who are guests with us this evening, please go back to the person who loves you enough, who told you about this enough, or who realizes the potential that your business could have if it had the right tools to be able to expand it and get it out to other people, and say, thank you for telling me about this. And I want to join now before I lose a spot in the now very limited amount of founders positions left before we get to the global launching. And if anything that I've said does not appeal to you tonight and you find no interest at all in this, and you don't want to have a company build a lot of money for you, that's fine. I'm not going to contact you. The people you see on the panel are not going to contact you. And your friend who told you about this will have one question for you only. May I contact you after we launch so you can take a look at this as a customer and purchase the products individually if you want to? And they're not going to pester you beyond that. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time. The name of this company is Onpassive. We are all founders of this company, proud founders. I joined in 2019 in January. I know we have founders who joined us on the line, who joined us in 2018. And we have a founder who joined us as recently as earlier this morning. You see the vision, you understand what this is about. And if you don't understand what this is about, it doesn't matter because it's all done for you. Thank you so much, everyone. Guests, we ask you if you have questions, please raise your hands and we will be more than happy to help you with that.
Wow, Robin, you always blow it out of the park. You amaze me. Thank you so much. Guests, please do raise your hands. We have a qualified team here right on the panel that you can see that can answer your questions. It's really important to ask your questions here and then do your due diligence and look into Onpassive, onpassive.com. Kevin is here he's been checking the chat room and he can bring you forward if you want to raise your hand and ask your question on the panel. And other than that, if you type in your question, we can bring it forward and somebody here on the panel can help you out. Julie, while we're waiting for any questions, how are you doing? Can you give us a little word?
Absolutely, I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Pam. That was awesome presentation, Robin. You've always done and delivered the message so clearly. Thank you so much. If you are watching this presentation today, it is an opportunity that you will never find. You will never find another opportunity like this. You will never see it like this. This is the last business of my life and of the life of everyone's on this panel now. It's been 20 years for me and I cannot find any company deliver the way Onpassive does. It has every tools, every services that can deliver automatically 100% targeted to my business. And I'm grateful to be here. Thank you so much, Pam, for having me.
No, thank you, Julie. I always admire all your words of wisdom. Kevin, have you got anything? Do you see anything in the back in the chat there?
All clear at this point. Robin knocked it out of the park as usual and left no questions unanswered, in my opinion, but that was awesome. I like the mix up too. And but yeah, all clear on my side.
And we'll catch all of our founders at 9:15. Marty, you want to have a last word?
Yeah, only that if you are a founder and you have questions, in about 15 minutes, we're starting a rapid fire Q&A. Go to the back office, find the link, click it, and meet us there. It was a great webinar. Thanks, Robin. Fantastic. No one has any questions. You know that's good when you have that. Anyway, like I said, if you want a copy of this webinar, write me at onpassivenation@gmail.com and I will send you a personal copy of the webinar so you can watch it on your free time. That's all we got. Good night and God bless.
God bless you all.
Good night,
Love you.
everyone.
Good night. become a founder, contact the person that brought you here, please.